पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 3rd chapter. After Ajamila was delivered by the Vishnudutas, Yamadutas came to Yamaraj and they inquired, who are these persons? We were executing our duties. Ajamila was a great sinner. We have bound him to drag him all the way to the hellish planets to be presented in front of you. But these four beautiful personalities, they had come and they released Ajamila from our bondages. We want to know how many controllers are there in this world. We thought you are the only controller. How many controllers are there? And how many causes are there other than the three modes of material nature to award a fruit, either good or bad fruit? What are the causes that award good or bad results? We want to know in detail. Yamaraj explains that, you see, other than above me and the demigods, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, etc., there is Supreme, that is Narayana. In fact, Brahma creates this universe by his control. Mahadev is annihilating this world by his control. And even Vishnu, as the Sattvaguna Avatara in the mode of goodness, he himself is maintaining. Therefore, you have to understand that the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, who is beyond all these material universes, no demigods, no siddhas, no charanas, gandharvas, rishis, munis, nobody can understand his activities. Why he is performing an activity in this manner, what kind of activities he will perform at what time, nobody can know. Kva va katam va kati va kadeti, for what purpose, when and why and how, nobody knows. Everyone is baffled by the activities of Supreme Lord. Therefore, whatever that Supreme Lord says, that is Dharma. Dharma is not the one that you or anyone else can create. Yamaraj is explaining to his messengers, to his servants, that because he is supreme, he is beyond everything, and he is beyond the comprehension of all the living entities. Whatever he states to be dharma is dharma. There is no question of what and why there. You have to simply accept it. He being a supreme authority. But at the same time, he is a well-wisher of all the living entities. Therefore, his dharma or his orders are not irrational. They are for the welfare of all the living entities. So, my dear Yamadutas, people like us, demigods, they are not able to understand. How can you understand this? And this dharma, this Bhagavad dharma means surrender, total surrender. Total surrender. What is the meaning of total surrender? If you have surrendered to someone, there you have no question. Why you are doing this? Why am I supposed to do this? Why are you ordering this to me? There is no such question there. Full surrender means what? Whatever he does is for my welfare. This understanding should be there. When he says something, I should do it without any question of why, how, what. These are not possible there. That is, if we don't have that, it's not total surrender. Bhagavad Dharma, our Guru Maharaj used to say, it demands total surrender. Nobody can understand the intricacies of this Bhagavad Dharma. Nobody can understand. This is Guhyam, this is the secret of all secrets. But who else other than the Lord knows? Then he talks about the 12 Mahajanas, the Dvadasha Mahajanas. These 12 Mahajanas, only they have the knowledge of Dharma, not anyone else. Anyone executing devotional activity, they are immediately freed from all kinds of sinful actions. And further he says, Etavaneva loko asmin pumsam dharmah parah smritah bhakti yogo bhagavati tannama grahanadibihi. Simply by chanting the Lord's name, which is the form of a devotion, which is a limb of a devotion, one will be freed. And that is the greatest dharma. Yamaraj is explaining, chanting the holy name is the greatest dharma. Etavaneva. There are different limbs of devotion. Several limbs of devotion are there. That is, what do you call, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam, Iti Pumsayapita Vishnu, Bhaktischa Navalakshana. These are the 9 limbs of devotion that Prahlad Maharaj has explained. And Mahaprabhu has given 5 limbs, principal limbs of devotion. तार मध्ये सर्वश्रेष्ठ नाम संकीर्तन निरपराधे लैले नाम पावे प्रेमधन. After explaining the 5 principal limbs of devotion, that is Nama Sankirtana, Bhagavata Shravana, Shraddhaya Srimurti Sevan, Mathuravas. What is the other thing? Nama Sankirtan. What am I forgetting? Sadhu Sangha? No. Nama Sankirtan, Sadhu Sangha, Shraddhaya Srimurti Sevan, Mathuravas, Bhagavat Shravan. These are the 5 limbs of devotion. Chanting, chanting the holy name, associating with the Vaishnavas, hearing Srimad Bhagavat from the Vaishnavas, and staying in Mathura, serving the deities. These are the 5 principal forms of devotion. Tar Madhe Sarvasreshta Nama Sankirtan. Among these 5 limbs of devotion, Mahaprabhu says, among these, Sarvasreshta Nama Sankirtan, topmost is Nama Sankirtan. Where is the evidence? Bhakti yogo bhagavati tam nama grahanadibihi. Among the bhakti, other limbs of devotion, tan nama grahanadibhi, chanting the Lord's holy name, is the topmost. Niraparade loile naam pabe premadhan. And if you chant the holy name without offenses, you will get Krishna prem. You will get Krishna prem if you chant the holy name without offenses. So, even before describing other limbs of devotion, Yamaraj says, among all the forms of devotional limbs, chanting the holy name is supreme. Because he says, my dear children, you have seen personally how Ajamila, the great sinner, simply by chanting he got delivered. What can be more superior to this path of chanting the holy name? It does not need any special proof or validation, substantiation. You have directly witnessed with your own eyes that Ajamila chanted Narayana's name at the time of death and he was delivered instantly. So, holy name, chanting of the holy name is topmost. We are going through verse number 24 yesterday. Etavatam agha निर्हरणाय पुंसां संकीर्तनं भगवतो गुणकर्मनाम्नां विष्णुस्य पुत्रम् अघवान् यद् अजामिलो अपि नारायणेति म्रियमाण इयाय मुक्तिम। अतएव श्री भगवानेर गुण कर्म ओ नाम सकलेर सम्यक कीर्तने जे जीवेर पाप हरणे उपयोगी ताहा नहे। My dear Yamadutas, there is no need of chanting the holy name completely or properly to be freed from sins. One may say that, oh, chanting of the holy name one should do in a holistic way. Guna, Leela, Parikara, everything, the Lord's qualities, name, form, qualities, pastimes, etc. Everything put together is called Sankirtan. There are different meanings of Sankirtan. Yesterday we heard Sankirtana means chanting loudly is Sankirtana. Sankirtana also means singing in a group of the devotees, with a group of devotees, Sankirtan. Sankirtana also means singing with musical instruments. Sankirtana also means sitting and chanting alone with Sankirtana, means Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila, Parikar, while constantly remembering Lord's name, form, qualities, pastimes, associates. Samyak Kirtana is called Sankirtana. Samyak means complete, full, total. So what is total Kirtan? Total Kirtan means that name which is rich with the form, qualities, pastimes and associates. Chanting that holy name. Not chanting and then remembering something else, chanting and sending the mind elsewhere. This is not Samyak Kirtan, this is not total Kirtan. Total chanting of the holy name means, while completely staying within the Lord's name, form, qualities, pastimes, associates. This is Sankirtan. But Yamaraj is telling that in order to be freed from the sins, one does not even have to do this Samyak Kirtan, Sankirtan. Total Kirtan is also not necessary to be freed from sins. Niraparade tadiya nama gunadir असम्यक उच्चारण व नामाभास ही ओई पाप हरणादि कार्य संपन्न होइया थाके. Offenselessly, if one chants the holy name, even improperly, not in a proper manner, means not with proper, properly uttering the holy name, not with the proper mindset of, remembering the Supreme Lord, even improperly chanted, which is free from offenses. In the previous chapter, very detailedly we heard, just not chanting the holy name means just chanting the holy name without offenses is very, very important. Now, what are the offenses we heard in the previous chapter? I'm not going to repeat all of those, but just for the sake of, reminding those, I will repeat. To commit offenses at the feet of a sadhu is an offense. Not having faith in the words of a sadhu. Not following the order of guru. Committing sins on the strength of the holy name. Holy name has the capacity to free all the sins, but committing sins on the strength of the holy name. Okay, I will do sinful activities and I will chant Hare Krishna, I will be freed. That is an offense. And considering the glories of holy name to be an exaggeration and imagination, or giving some mundane interpretation to the holy name, all these things come under Namaparadha. When one is chanting the holy name, maybe it is improper, not properly chanting, but should be free from offenses. Then, even though it is not pure chanting, even though it is not complete chanting, still one will be freed from all sinful reactions just due to this namabhas, due to this shadow or the glimpse of the holy name. Yesterday we heard the example of a sun. Just like even before the sun rises properly, just there is an advent of the sun, there is an indication of the advent of the sun, all the darkness is finished. Sun does not have to shine to drive away darkness. Just he is about to rise, then itself the entire darkness is finished. But when he shines properly, then one will be situated in perfect light. That is pure name, Shuddhanam. But Namabhasa is this stage where darkness is dispelled. He is not in light yet, but the darkness is dispelled. So, when one chants the holy name free from offenses, even though it is not proper, one will be liberated from all the sinful reactions. See Mahapapi, Ajamili Tahar Drishtanta. Ajamili is an example because he did not chant the Lord's name, Narayana's name, with utmost reverence, with utmost faith, or remembering him, or properly uttering his name. He did not do that. See Mahapapi Ajamil, Mrityukale Asustha Chitte Narayan Bolia Apnar Putra ke Avvan Koryao Vishnu Smriti Krame Mukti Labh Koryao. This Ajamila, even though he chanted Narayana to call his own son, not Narayana, but he was reminded of Narayana and therefore he got liberated. Therefore, chanting the holy name, when we chant the holy name, then one at the time of death and at all moments when we will be able to remember the Supreme Lord, then that will award liberation, even though it may not be pure. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, যদি বলেন দেখুন একবার মাত্র উচ্চারিত নামাভাসেই কি প্রকারে সর্বপাপক্ষয়ী হইবে. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has a very, very special way of, presenting the purport. He is putting a question here. If one asks, simply by chanting the name once, how can one be freed? Because Ajamila was not chanting all through his life, Hare Krishna mantra or Narayana mantra. He was not chanting all through his life. Just at the time of his death, he remembered the name of Narayana. How can chanting the name once will free one from all sinful actions? तन नाम ग्रहणादिभिः अर्थात श्री भगवानेर नाम ग्रहणादिर द्वारा এই স্থলে আপনিও आदि पद ग्रहण कराय कीर्तन श्रवण आदि अंग विशिष्ट भक्ति योग रूप परधर्मेर द्वारा सर्व पाप क्षय पूर्वक मोक्ष प्राप्ति यह बोलियाचन. So here it is said Tannama Grahanadibihi. Adi means etc. You know, etc. You don't understand etc. Adi means etc. This, etc. So you have Tannama Grahanadibihi means when he said that chanting of the holy name etc. It means Shravana, Kirtana, qualities, pastimes, associates, etc. Adi here, etc. means that. Okay, so because you have told yourself that by chanting the holy name etc., one will be freed from all sinful reactions. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling that Yamaraj himself has told that by chanting the holy name etc., by performing this bhakti yoga, one will be freed from all sinful actions. See, Yamaraj is the one who is there to give punishment or award someone for good actions. That Yamaraj is telling to his subordinates that those who are chanting the holy name, they are liberated. You don't have to see how much sinners they are. Simply those who have chanted, they are liberated. ताहते बोलतेছেন एतावता इत्यादि श्री भगवानेर गुण समूह कर्म समूह एवं नाम समूहेर सम्यक भावे जे कीर्तन इहा जीवेर केवल मात्र पापहरणई जे उपयोगिता ताहा नहे अलंग शब्द एखाने बारणार्थे प्रयुक्त हইয়াছে. So one does not have to enter the realm of pure chanting to be freed from sins. It is not true that if I have to be freed from all sinful actions, then I have to enter into the realm of pure chanting. I have to remember the Lord's name, remember the Lord's qualities, remember the Lord's activities, etc. Then I will be freed. No, it is not so. Simply by uttering the holy name without offenses. This is very important. Just like chanting, we are also chanting. But without offenses, if you utter the holy name, even though it is not pure and proper, you will be liberated. Shri Bhagavanir नामादिर मध्य जे कोनो एक्टिर द्वाराओ असम्यक रूपे कीर्तनेओ सर्व पापक्षय होइया थाके एई भाव. So the chanting of the Lord's name, qualities, pastimes, associates, etc. Any one of those, remembrance or uttering of any one of those is enough to free one from all sins. Means by remembrance of Lord's name, form, qualities, or pastimes or associates, anything, if you remember them at the time of death, or if you remember them, you will be freed from all sinful actions. Or if you utter them, you will be freed from all sinful actions. This is the greatest medicine. Our Guru Maharaj used to say, holy name is the greatest medicine for all troubles in this material world. All material troubles. They are simply, we are taking so many medicines for this disease, for that disease, for so many diseases, but simply chanting the holy name is the greatest medicine for all diseases. Not only material diseases, all other diseases also. Mental disease, physical disease. Our greatest disease is the bondage in this material world. যেহেতু বিকৃষ্য চিৎকার করিয়াও তাহাতে সম্যক কীর্তন করিয়াও নহে, তাহাও আবার নারায়ণ এই নামে নিজ পুত্রকেই আহ্বান করিয়া কিন্তু ভগবান শ্রীহরিকে ডাকিয়া নহে. Ajamila, he shouted Narayan. He did not chant. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling there is a difference between chanting and shouting. He shouted the name of his son Narayan. Narayan! That is an improper one. That's not a proper chanting. Even by such improper chanting of Narayana, Ajamila is free. By shouting the name of Narayan. As I said, shouting and chanting is not one. Sometimes we shout loudly, in the kirtan, we are shouting, we are thinking that, oh, we are doing kirtan, but that's shouting, that's loud shouting, that's not kirtan. If we are not remembering the Lord, we are only shouting and we are trying to make a show of good kirtaniya, good singer, it cannot be called as, chanting or singing. We are just making a show or presenting our musical skills, singing skills. That's not devotion. But in this case, it is told, even if such shouting is done, the Lord's name is so merciful, so benevolent, that even such shouting is done, just like in the case of Ajamila. He shouted, still one will get a result. What to speak of proper chanting? That is the meaning. It doesn't mean that we are encouraged to, shout the holy name. It is not. It's not a license, or it's not okay. From today onwards you can shout. No, that's not the purpose. Niraparade loile nam pabe premadhan. If one chants the holy name without free from offences, he will get Krishna prem. That is the actual objective of chanting the holy name. Why do I want to, just stay in the realm of getting liberated from my sins? I have to, if I got a medicine, proper medicine, why do I not take it to attain the topmost thing? Why do I want to take it just for curing my, sinful reactions? It is not right. So here it is, the encouragement is being given about the holy name. That if you chant the holy name, what you can get simply by loud, by shouting. If one gets this by proper chanting, what one will get? Agavan ashuchi avastha teu kintu shuchi hoiya nai. Even in a impure state, one can chant the holy name. There are certain people in India, particularly, I have seen, because in India people fear sin. Okay, I am not very sure about other places, but at least in India, I see that people, they fear sin for whatever sinful actions they have performed. Sometimes, some persons, those who are working here, the labor, they ask permission to enter into the temple. Can we go and take darshan of the Lord? Why? No, because today I ate non-veg. I ate non-veg today, so can I go in the temple? So people have this, can I chant the holy name when, I have consumed some alcoholic things or, unwanted things? They have this, this kind of fear. I'm a sinner, so I should not show my face to the Lord, or I should not, I'm not pure that I can chant. People have this conception. But even the impure persons can chant the holy name. It's not that one has to be pure to chant the holy name, even in impure state, because the holy name is never contaminated by any impurities. It is totally transcendental. Transcendental means no material flavor can touch the holy name. Just like I often give this example of a sun shining at a filthy place. The sun is equal to all. He does not say that no, I will not shine at a filthy place. I will only go to a place where it is fresh and... No, he is equal. Similarly, holy name is also equal to all. He does not say, oh, only when a pure devotee, when a pure soul chants my name, I will award the fruit. If an impure soul chants my name, I will not. No. On the contrary, the sun, when he is shining in a filthy place, even he makes that place fresh. That place is also purified. You see, when there is no light, there are some countries where there is no light for few months, isn't it? There are some countries, the Antarctica and this, yes, and through the pole. So there's a very, very, you see, they live most of the time in darkness. Most of the time they live in darkness. So that is not a very, pure or a good environment. It's not a good environment when there is no good sunshine. The sun, when he rises, I think it's a festival there, probably, in those countries, isn't it?
Yes, they are.
They make big festivals when the sun rises. Why? Because they were in darkness for such a long time and suddenly the sun has come. It's a festive season for them. Now when we are every day seeing sun, we don't understand its importance. We are seeing sun every day. So, okay. If not today, tomorrow he will come. But they are eagerly waiting, when will the sun come, when will the sun shine? Because they know the importance of the sun. Now he is not telling, oh, this is a filthy place for 6 months, there is no shine here, so it has become filthy, I will not go there. No. He is giving his mercy there also. And by that, the entire atmosphere is purified. In a similar, अति प्रसिद्ध महापातकियों किंतु अन्य सामान्य पापी न है. For example, Ajamila himself. How can a person who is not pure chant the holy name? Ajamila is their example in front of you. He is the greatest sinner. Even he chanted the holy name, attained liberation. The holy name does not, discriminate. Anyone who chants, whether it is a sinner or whether it is a pure person. He does not discriminate between persons or living entities for that matter. Because at the time Mahaprabhu was passing through Jharkhand forest, he made even the animals dance. The animals are liberated. How can animals get liberated? They have not performed any bhajan. We have been performing all through our life. Still there is no guarantee that we will attain Lord. Is there any guarantee? There is no guarantee. Unless until we are freed from our anarthas, there is no guarantee. Guru Vaishnavas are giving us guarantee. But we are not performing bhajan according to what they are telling us, how they are ordering us. You do this way, assured, you are assured of this. But I am not, okay, no problem. If not this life, next life, for sure. We are just postponing it for some other lifetime. But their animals, they have not performed any bhajan. But simply by hearing the Nama Kirtan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they got delivered. We also heard Kirtan of our who is very pure soul, not different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are still in this material world. Why? If Mahaprabhu had delivered the animals, Gurudev has got equal power to deliver people like us. Brahmanda tarite shakti dhare jane jane. Even, they have the capacity to liberate Brahmandas, universes, the pure devotees. They have got this. But we are still here. Why? Because our consciousness is still in a polluted state. We are not hearing the holy name in a manner it is to material world. We are not hearing thinking that I belong to Krishna. We are not chanting thinking that I belong to Krishna, I belong to Gurudev. Not even for a moment we are thinking in that manner. Oh, I have to take care of my wife, I have to take care of my children. Oh, if I don't do this, who will feed them? My consciousness is always rooted in this material world. When my consciousness is rooted in this material world, even though we are hearing the chanting of a pure devotees, we are still, in this material world. So that is very, very important. So here, not that a sinner cannot chant and he cannot get liberated. Example is there, Ajamila. Mriyamanaha maraner dukkhe vivash hoyyau kintu sustha chitte nahi. Mriyamana is used here. Mriyamana means when he was facing death, on the deathbed, not like when he was, healthy, when he was in good health, good physical condition, mental condition. He did not chant the holy name at that time. But when he chanted the holy name in such a situation when he was about to die, means he did not chant the holy name properly when it is to be done, but out of some grief, out of, accidentally, unwantedly, unwillingly, he chanted the holy name. And in spite of that, he got delivered. So, what Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is telling that what each word signifies here, what are the in a good health condition when he was about to die, and that too he shouted the name of Narayana, not addressing Narayana directly. In spite of that, he got delivered from the sins. मुक्तिम इहाय मुक्ति पद प्राप्त होइयाछिलो किंतु केवल पाप क्षय नहीं. And he attained liberation, not just he got freed from sins. Not, our sins so far, whatever we have performed, they are finished. Just like it is said that at the time of Diksha, Guru, removes all the sinful actions of a disciple, whatever he has done so far. But a fresh account opens from that day. You will start a new book of sins. Because all the sins are finished so far, now I can do. My stock is zero, I can go on building. Isn't it? We are doing that. But here, Ajamila got liberated. Not just freed from sins by chanting the holy name improperly. এই জন্যই তাহার নাম গ্রহণাদি দ্বারা ইহা বলা হইয়াছে. Therefore it is said that chanting of the holy name is the topmost dharma, is the highest dharma. That is why chanting of the holy name is the highest dharma. That is why it is said like this. That even improperly chanting, even in an impure manner he chanted the holy name, when his health was not good, when he was not addressing even Lord Narayana, in spite of all these things, he got liberated, just not freed from the sins. Therefore, Nama Sankirtan is the highest. There is still some more purport to this. We will complete the purport tomorrow. Okay? वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय. परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय. नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय. श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय. श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. सपरिकर श्री राधा मदन मोहन श्री राधा गोविंद श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जीव की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय. कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेद व्यास महामुनि की जय. श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी एवं परीक्षित महाराज की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे